This is the Louie T Network.
Who else could it be but me, your man, Louie T? Welcome to Lockdown Coverage, week number 8 in the National Football League. Los Angeles Chargers taking on the New England Patriots. Chargers, winners of 3 straight, looking to get back to 500 on the season at 4-4. Meanwhile, the Patriots are on a streak of their own, winners of 3 straight, and now looking to get to 6-2 on the season. And this is a Patriots football team that we still have questions about. This is not the same Patriots, and this game continues to further those questions. But like I said last week, they find ways to win. It isn't always pretty. It isn't always the way we expect and have come accustomed to from this Patriots team, but it's what they do. They win, and they do it again here at home against the Chargers. If you're the Chargers, you're frustrated, you're disappointed because there were missed opportunities in this football game. There were mistakes made that helped you lose this football game. And this is what this Chargers team is. And I said this on the Winners and Losers program when I gave you my pick for this game. I said, this is a team that they'll fall and dig themselves a hole early, like they did, falling 0-4 to start. Then they'll resurrect their season seemingly by winning 3 straight. And then they'll never be able to get over the hump. And if you look at their upcoming schedule, I just don't see them finding a way back to 500. And it's a shame because this is a team that should be competing for a playoff berth at the end of the year. And because of the poor start in some games that they probably should have won, they're going to end up not being in the discussion come the end of the season. Now, there's still a lot of football to be played, and they could easily win some games they have no business winning. But I just don't see this team finding a way, first and foremost, back to 500. Before we can start talking about this team improving and doing this and doing that, you have to first get back to 500. I told you that was going to be the biggest challenge for this Chargers team, and they missed an opportunity here. Just like last year, where they missed ample opportunities to get back to 500 and never were able to do so. They missed an opportunity here to get back to 500, and now they're 3-5 on the season with a 21-13 loss at the hands of the Patriots. Let's break this game down quickly and get out of here. We'll start with the Patriots, who were able to get it done 21-13. Another strong performance by Tom Brady in this offense. Again, not the points. And sometimes the points and the yardage, they can be misleading on their own. And this is one of those games where the yardage and the ability of the Patriots to move the football in this game and some special teams plays that they made didn't show up on the scoreboard. The 21 points that you see on the scoreboard for the Patriots doesn't really represent and accurately depict what they did in this game. Brady threw for over 300 yards. Thought he did a really good job of dispersing the football amongst the tight ends, receivers, and backs. You saw James White have a big game out of the backfield catching the football. I thought they did a good job of moving it down the field. Their problem was getting it into the end zone. And I've talked about that. That's been a problem of the Patriots this year, is scoring points. We're used to the Patriots scoring 33 and 36 points like they were doing earlier in the season. Haven't been doing that as much of late, but again, they've been finding ways to win. And then you got to give credit to their defense. And I thought they did a little bit of a good job of running the football. Again, they don't run it as much as I would like to see them run it. They rely more heavily on Brady. Can you blame them? Absolutely not. But in any event, I thought they did a good job of moving the football down the field and putting themselves in a position to score. They just couldn't get it in. And then they had to rely on Stephen Gostkowski, and he's been struggling a little bit here of late. Missed 2 field goals in this game. It was windy out there. I'm not going to sit here and act as if the wind didn't have anything to do with the ball dancing once it got into the air, but still, you want your field goal kicker to be able to put it through the uprights when you give him an opportunity to do so. He was not able to do that consistently throughout the day. Did make, however, 4 field goals, but did have 2 big misses that left the door slightly ajar for the Chargers in this ball game. So you would have loved to have seen him put that through the uprights. And then maybe this isn't even a ball game that we're discussing right now. If he goes 5 for 5 from distance, you're probably talking about a totally different game in which the Patriots dominate. But instead, he left the door open and this thing went down to the wire. But in any event, I thought the Patriots did enough in this game offensively to win, and even defensively. And I've been harsh. I've been really tough on their defense. Still think that their defense is the problem with this football team and will ultimately be their undoing when it's all said and done. But another week where the yardage isn't that high, because last week the yardage wasn't high against Atlanta. And the points for the about fourth game in a row, the points. Yardage was high for the two previous games before Atlanta, against Tampa and the Jets. The yardage was up there like it has been all season long. But the points, and that's always been a staple of a Matt Patricia defense, and I've said that. And that was the thing that was really striking me early as odd, was the fact that they give up yards. That's not uncommon for this Patriots defense. Even when they were at their best, they give up yards. They didn't give up points. And they were giving up points earlier in the season. Of the last month, they haven't been giving up points. They didn't give up points against Tampa. They did give up points against the Jets. Should have given up even more. We know about the bogus call in the end zone, but that's nor here nor there. Didn't give up a ton in that game either, but did give up some points there. Didn't give up a lot of points last week against the Falcons. Didn't give up a lot of points here against the Chargers. So the defense is getting back to not giving up a ton of points, and you can win in this league if you're holding the opposition to 13. You can win in this league when Tom Brady's your quarterback and the opposition isn't scoring more than 20. You're going to win many more games than you lose with Tom Brady at quarterback and the defense holding the other team down under 20 points. And so this is a Patriots team right now that defensively, they're keeping teams out of the end zone, and offensively, they're doing just enough. And in this league, that's all that matters, is that you do just enough that when you look up at the scoreboard at the end, you've got one more point than the opposition. Patriots did it again. They did it again. The B&B winning factory strikes again and do what they do best, win. As for the Chargers in this game, had opportunities. You know, you can't run backwards and create a safety. Look, the Patriots don't need your help. They simply don't need your help. You're not a good enough team. You're not a good enough team on the road. You're not a good enough team overall. They don't need your help. Don't run backwards and give them a safety. Okay? You don't need to give them an offsides penalty at the end of the game when you're trying to get the football back for Phillip Rivers. Their kicker is struggling right now. Okay, he's already missed from 43 yards twice in this game. Don't make 3rd and 6, 3rd and 1, and allow them to pick up a first down, eat up some more clock, and get the field goal a lot closer for their kicker, who is struggling in this football game. Don't do that. And so there were mistakes made in this game, missed opportunities, missed receivers, things of that nature. It happens, but it seems to happen to this team way too often. It's frustrating because, like I said, this team had an opportunity to get back to 500 in this game, and they squandered that opportunity. This game was there for the taking. And I thought the defense played well enough, even though the Patriots, I thought, moved the football well, kept them out of the end zone for the most part in this game. And I thought you performed well enough to give your offense a chance in the offense. After the long Melvin Gordon, the third run, I thought they struggled to manufacture offense the rest of the day. And I don't understand some of the decision making in this game. 3rd and 1, and you're going to throw a screen to a receiver? Why? When you got Gordon in it, why? When you got a fullback, why? I don't understand. Help me. Not when your running back has already bust off an 88-yard touchdown run. Why? On 3rd and 1, I don't get it. Help me understand. I don't get it. So, like I said, some questionable decision-making in this game. Your running back rips off an 88-yard run for a touchdown early in the ball game, and he only gets 13 more carries the rest of the game, 12 more carries. He only ended up with 14 total. Can you explain the logic there? I'm not understanding. I'm not following. Again, don't ask me. I don't know. I'm asking the questions because I don't have answers. I just need to know. So we went from early in the season to where they were running it too much because Anthony Lynn loves running the football, to now you figured out probably best opportunity to win is Phillip Rivers, to now where you're like, hey, how about some balance? It doesn't have to be one way or the other. Why not split it down the middle? You know, I need Gordon. He's your best player. I need him to touch it more. Be nice if he could touch it more. I thought your defense got some pressure on Brady. Bosa got a sack. I thought y'all did some good things against Brady. I thought they would get more pressure. I thought pressure would be more imperative in this game because of what Brady can do in the pocket. I thought pressure would be more prevalent in this game. You didn't get as much as I thought, but you did get pressure. So, like I said, the bottom line is there were opportunities in this game. You can't make the type of mistakes you made in this game and expect to win. The Patriots left the door open for you, missing field goals. If you don't run backwards and get the safety, it's a totally different ball game score-wise, because then all of a sudden late in the game, instead of needing a touchdown to tie this game or win the game at 13-18 or 18-13, excuse me, instead of needing a touchdown there to take the lead, or even later in the game when you had to go for two after the touchdown, instead of you needing a 2-point conversion there, you just need to kick the extra point. And you'd be down a field goal, and you would have had a shot. Because the score wouldn't have been 18-13 at that point. It would have been 16-13. And a field goal would have then given you the lead at 17-16. Again, all of that is hindsight. But when you make those types of mistakes, what is he thinking? Travis Benjamin, he runs backwards quite a bit. Okay, and you see that's not uncommon. You see a lot of punt returners doing that in this league. The difference is you can't run into the end zone there. You have to know, all right, I've done enough damage. At some point, you have to get down and cut your losses. You can't run into the end zone there and take a safety. You just can't. Like I said, missed opportunities for a team that has missed plenty of opportunities this year. Add this one to the list of games that they could have won but made too many mistakes and missed too many opportunities as they don't get it done in this game. 21-13. Patriots survive and now are 6-2 in the season. Chargers lose this game. Both teams going on their bye. Chargers going into their bye at 3-5. Patriots going into their bye at 6-2. We'll check any comments that may be out there quickly. Let's see. Buffalo pregame says, "Oh, I wish you would have decided the Bills game for your 1 o'clock lockdown." I didn't watch the Bills game. That's why I haven't done it yet. Craig Smith says, "MG3 playing with turf toe. Louie was gutting through it. Touches were expected to be limited for him." I understood that. They talked about it on the touchdown run, and you kind of saw him laboring. But I understand. He's not 100%. He was gutting it out, but man, I would have loved to have seen them run it more. I thought there were opportunities to run it on this Patriots defense in this football game. And I knew he was banged up, but on 3rd and 1, I don't care who gets the ball, whether it's MG3 or it's the other back. I don't care who gets it. Just run it on 3rd and 1. You should be able to pick it up against this Patriots defense. But nonetheless, Craig Smith says this game falls squarely on Wisenhunt's crap play calling and the fact that Travis Benjamin brain functions at about 2%. That was terrible, and I'd agree with you. A lot of the mistakes, a lot of the opportunities that I thought you had in this game, I didn't think Ken Wisenhunt and the offense took advantage of it, and I think the play calling was very suspect at best. And yes, Travis Benjamin's brain fart definitely impacted this team. So it's frustrating, but it is what it is. It is what it is. Too many mistakes to win, and at that juncture of the game, you'd love to see your team find a way to overcome the mistakes and get it done, but this team just isn't good enough to do that. Too many mistakes. And that's been the story of the Chargers season for the last 3 or 4 years running, is too many mistakes. And this game, no different. So that's going to do it for Chargers at Patriots. Patriots survive with a 21-13 victory, move to 6-2 on the season. Chargers fall to 3-5. And this is a Chargers team that if they could have started the season off better, it'd be a different story. But because of the hole that they have dug themselves, even though they were able to reel off 3 straight, you look at their schedule, it doesn't get much easier for them coming up. I just can't see them getting back to 500 on the season. And this is one of those games that's indicative of why they won't get back to 500 when it's all said and done. That's going to do it for your man Louie T here on Lockdown Coverage. I'll be back of the Redskins Cowboys at halftime of that game to break down Panthers and Bucks. I'll see you then. Have a good one. Enjoy the 4 o'clock games, and I'll see you at halftime of one of them for another breakdown on Lockdown Coverage. See you then.